So now coming back to our coffee loving developer, Amy, she always goes to the coffee machine and always gets the same coffee. But then she thinks, damn, every single time I have to go to this coffee machine and I get the coffee. And after that, I still have to add sugar manually. I have to make sure that I get the right amount of coffee and all of that. So her coffee machine is too generic. It needs additional input because she gets the same coffee that everybody else gets. But now what could she do? Well, she could go ahead and make sure that every single person who gets coffee gets a slightly different coffee. So we can add sugar, we can add cream, we can change the size. All of this information can now be input by anyone who wants to get a coffee. Now she writes this code that enables everyone to select these things, and suddenly everybody loves it. Everybody goes there. Thanks, Amy. They make the coffee with whatever they prefer. 0 sugar, triple cream, size small, whatever they want. They are super happy with the machine that she made. And now look at that. Suddenly everyone uses her method and everyone uses whatever she built there. And yeah, it's beautiful. The text is just great. I just love ChatGPT and DALL-E 3. At least everyone has a coffee in their hand. So that's a good one. So you see, there are so many coffee cups all over the place because of this great coffee machine, especially this enlarged mega big coffee cup that is in the center of the screen. I just love it. All right. So how can we now apply these principles into our make coffee function, because the coffee should be different every single time, right? Now, what we can do is we can, and let's get rid of these print statements because they are a little too generic. We can add something called parameters, okay? So we can have a variable here that will make sure that we have the right amount of sugar, okay? So I'm going to call this sugar count. And this will be of type int. All right. And here I have to use it like this. So this sugar count will be of type int, which means it will be a whole number. Now, how do we actually create a parameter in general? So we give it a name, then we use colon, and afterwards we write the type of the parameter that we want. So a parameter is basically the thing that we define inside of the function, and then we can pass the details into that function. So you can see directly here at the top, our coffee is broken. Our make coffee function from earlier is broken. It doesn't work anymore. So how can we fix that? Well, we can fix that by actually adding a value in here. So we can say sugar count 1, sugar count 2, sugar count 3. All right. So what does that mean? Well, it could be any number, right? It could be any integer number or int number that fits into the int. And that goes all the way up to 2 billion, as you know, negative 2 billion plus and positive 2 billion. But now what we can do is we can go ahead and create a coffee with the right amount of sugar. All right. So now coffee with, and here I'm going to use $ sugar count spoons of sugar. All right. So this one would be for Amy. This one would be for Jimmy. This would be for Candace, whatever, right? Candace just loves her candy. So she has 30 pieces of sugar, spoons of sugar inside of her coffee. There's no coffee left, it's just sugar. But yeah, whatever, let's run it. So let's run this piece of code. Let's see what's gonna happen. And we see coffee with 1 spoon. So now we have 2 problems. Number 1 is we don't write it correctly. We say spoons with 1. And also we don't know who the coffee is for. So I have 2 challenges coming up for you in the next 2 quiz lectures / exercises. So please go ahead and try to apply those. I'm going to show you how to actually do it after the fact. So see you there.